Go. Go.
Do I have to do my rap abilities on him?
It's going.
You're live.
Check, baby, 1, 2. Check, baby, 1. It's called the rock.
Is that live? Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, we live now?
We're live. Welcome back to 12 Rounds of Adrenaline with Tony the Tiger Lopez.
Where we talk about a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Today we had a special guest scheduled for today, Harold Presley. Fortunately, he has a golf tournament, and we just wanted to get on here and let Tony's viewers know that he was scheduled for today, but he forgot about the golf tournament. Speaking of which, golf tournaments, Tone, we got one coming up.
We got a few coming up.
And it's a celebrity golf tournament. The first one is on the 8th and 9th. I think the 9th at 8 p.m. in Hagen Oaks, right?
Yes, sir. You know more than I do because you've been studying more than me.
So
But yeah.
On the 9th, we'll be filming on YouTube, on Instagram for a celebrity golf tournament. We don't even know what celebrities are going to be there, do we?
No, but you know what? Every time, like, watch, I work for a few guys. I don't work, but I'm with a few guys. Each guy has their own selected celebrities. I used to do the Joe Montana tournament. I did 1 year I was in LA doing the Hollywood tournament. They have one of all the movie stars. I've done quite a bit of them, but they're all for different people, and everybody has a million celebrities.
So it depends on who's throwing.
Yeah, you know.
So Harold Presley, he used to play for the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
And as you guys see his thumbnail, I didn't even know he played against Jordan and Larry Bird. So he's old school. I found a thumbnail. He was shooting. Larry Bird was shooting on him, and I was going to post that. And I'm like, nah, Jordan's better than Bird. So that's why I posted the video. I mean, the thumbnail about him. But he lives in Sacramento now. Huh?
Yeah, he's been here for a while. And you know what? He does a lot of good things for Sac, man. He does a lot of stuff for kids. He's very concerned, and that's good, man. Because most of your celebrities, I didn't say all of them. I said most of them. Okay, a lot. A lot do a lot of stuff. There are some that are quiet. That's just a personality. They just do what they do. They go home. They close the door and they live their life. You know, I'm one of those guys that like to help out when I can. You know, I think for all celebrities that do what I do or what we do, because we give back all the time. We're always giving something back. We're always doing this or that, and it can get real cluttered, you know, because you don't really have time for yourself. You know, every once in a while, because once I commit, then I committed. Then, like Harold, if he committed, and again, I can't blame him because I don't. There's stuff that I forgot I have to do this. I got to play like I tell my kid, you know, because I've already committed to it, and so I get it, you know. Because even though and let's be honest, we're long gone. 24 years ago? Okay. But I still do a lot of stuff in my community. I still do a lot of stuff out of state. I do a lot of stuff. And the crazy part is the further you go from like for me, the further I go from Sacramento, people are they're more willing to watch you and see you because they want to come see you because they never see you before.
Yeah, Sacramento's used to seeing you around town.
Yeah, I'm everywhere, dude.
The autographs. I wanted to touch on that because I was really looking in, and there's nothing like that right now. There's like if I wanted Michael Jordan's autograph, I never seen him play, so how am I going to get it? So Jake has a way to get people's autographs. Jake Bryson, that's his name.
Say it 5 times.
Engelbright. I probably got it wrong, but by him coming up with that, he's going to help all you guys, celebrities and athletes, now and
the fans,
and he's going to help them. And it's like, man, every time someone comes up with an idea, I'm like, why didn't I think of that? But that is something because I want a whole bunch of. You was even asking for someone's autograph yesterday. You're like, if you meet him, tell him I want his autograph. I forgot who it was.
Kevin Hart.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Kevin Hart concert. And usually, you know, I wiggle on the backstage because I know how to do that. I've been in so many concerts before, and hopefully, I will get to meet him. Also, I will be backstage on the 101 concert. I think that's the week before at Thunder Valley, and I will be backstage in that because I know almost everyone performing. Jeff Mal, Chingy. I don't know what's his name.
You didn't know his name.
Country Grammar.
Nelly.
I don't know him, but he's opening, right? So I will be back there for that. But this guy, Jake, man, I'm glad he was here. And like I said, you like to have everyday type of guys on your show, not just celebrities.
You know why? Because you never know. Everybody's doing something, man. You know what?
Everybody.
It's cool, man. Because what I've been talking to people for the last since 1988. I'm out there, and I'll tell you what. Everybody has a story. Watch this. Here's something for you. In 1984 or 5, maybe 6, I don't even remember. I'm going down. I was training downtown Sacramento at the Washington Good Center. I was training with Loretto Garza, WBA champion, and then I get through training, and I'm going down 15th Street into downtown Sacramento on my way to Broadway. Remember back in the day, on our street, there was a Shell gas station with a telephone booth. Back in the day with their telephone booth.
Telephone booth.
There was a telephone booth there, and I need to make a call. And I'm in my sweats. You know, it's evening time. It's probably like around 6:30, something like that. So, but it's winter time, so it's kind of dark. And so I get off to use the phone booth at the phone. And so the train comes and takes off, and there's this homeless guy walking my way. And I don't even see him. I'm not even paying attention to him. He walks up to the phone booth. He goes, "Hey, man." He goes, "You got $1 or something?" That's back in the day when they first started asking for $1.
Yeah.
Right? So I go, "Maybe." Come thinking, man.
Who is it?
Ask me to clean my window or something. Don't ask me for money.
Yeah.
Ask me to do something. I'll pay you. And so, but he sounded really cool dude. And actually, he didn't really look. He looked like he was well. He had nice clothes on. He did have they weren't clean, but they were good clothes. And I go, and so he goes, "Yeah, man, I just fell bad on my luck. Lost my wife. Lost all this. Lost my home. And here I am." He goes, "Man," he goes, "I'm not homeless. I am now, but I'm not a homeless guy." And he goes, "I'm telling you, I won't be here like this for a long time." And because his clothes were nice, you know. And I'm going, okay. So then he goes, "Wait. You're that up-and-coming fighter, huh? You're that Tony Tiger guy, huh?" "Yeah." He goes, "I know you, man." He goes, "I don't know you." He goes, "But I know of you." I go, "Yeah, man, that's me, dude." I go, "Man, you know, I'm just coming home from the gym, just like that." He goes, "Hey, man." He goes, "If I teach you a punch, what's it worth to you?" I go, "It all depends on how good it is." You know what I mean? I mean, if it's no good, nothing. I go, "If it's good, for $10. And he goes, "All right." So then he taught me how to do this and dude, it works like magic. He says it takes a minute to do it. He goes, "You do it for a couple times the first round, maybe sometimes the second round, by third round you should be able to land it." And I went, "Okay." He goes, "Because you know fighters I look at the other fighters' eyes. That's what I look at. And when I see them look down to my eyes, he says to look down to the body and throw a jab or drop and throw a right hand to the body." He goes, "That way they see you do it when you see them. You know, when you guys connect, when your eyes connect, do it." And he goes, "And do it for a couple times." And then he goes, because eventually what they're going to do, they're going to start doing this. They're going to have them go here, and they're going to go here to block it. They're going to try to block that. They're going to try to block that body shot. He goes, instead of going down, you come up with an overhead right. And I thought, all right. I go, "You know what, man? I'll give you $10. It might be worth $10. And I didn't know, you know, what do I know? So I gave him $10. We said our goodbyes. He was cool, man. We shook hands, and you know, later on,
how often did you use that?
Watch. When I first learned it, I tried it every day. I must have tried it 1,000 times. But you know, that's just it. People want everything right away. It's not going to happen right away. So it takes a while for something to come on until you get good at it. Until you can fake someone out, just look, and they have no idea what you're doing. You know. So it took a while, but one day.
Who did you hit first with it?
I don't remember. One of my sparring partners. And watch. And the crazy part is it's a really powerful punch. If you learn to throw it right.
Overhand right.
Yeah. If you pivot and turn with your body weight, it's a devastating punch. And I think I've knocked out a couple of people with that as I was coming up. And for some reason, you know, because if you don't practice it,
I want to know the guy's name that taught you that.
Me too.
I want to find him.
And he called it. He told me he called it his money maker. He goes, "But you know what? You can call it your money maker." He goes, "Call it your money, man." So I said, "Okay." So in the gym, everybody knew it. I'm gonna hit my money. Yeah, that's your money maker. I'm gonna use my money maker.
Did it make you any money, Tom?
Huh?
Did it make you any money?
Yeah, it won me some fights.
Nice,
You know?
nice.
So yeah, it did work. I mean, or if I didn't knock him out, it hurt him.
Yeah.
And if I hurt him, I can take him out.
Did you teach Albert Ochoa that punch?
No, but watch. When I taught Albert Ochoa, it was was a bolo that nobody ever uses. Bolos went out in the probably 70s.
What is that?
See, that's right. Nobody knows what a bolo punch is. I'll get up and do it. Watch it. Here's and bolos work best when you have somebody on the ropes. You have somebody on the ropes. You're here, and instead of uppercuts or like that, you do this, wham, and it's real fast. You do it, and it's really
wind up.
It's like a wind up, like a pitch, wham. But you turn and push your back leg. You push it, and it's a powerful shot. And people just don't. It's a wide punch. If I'm doing it now, people say, "Oh, shit, I'll see that. I can see that." No, you can't, because it happens so fast. You don't see anything, because when you're fighting, you're focused on right here, because your hands are here. Yeah, all the shoulder. All of a sudden, this thing goes wham, and it comes out of nowhere.
The reason why I asked, because I didn't tell you, we didn't discuss nothing before this. So Albert Ochoa been messaging me on Instagram, and he's like, "Tell Tony I want to come on there. I want to do something." I gave my number. I haven't answered my phone from people that I don't know who's called, so he probably called me today. But I keep getting him confused with Xavier Martinez, and because I see how many followers he has on his Instagram, 789,000 followers. And I'm like, who is this kid? How come I don't know who he is? Then I started watching his Instagram, and he dated the Kardashian sister.
Yeah.
He went to prom or something.
Yeah.
So, and I remember you was in Florida few months back, and he was telling me he was up there with a celebrity fight for him. But he did. He reached out to me. He was like, "Tell Champ I want to be on the show. Let's do." What he said was, "Tell him let's do something." And I said, "Like what?" And he's like, "The show." And I was like, "Okay, let me talk to him." And then I didn't know how deep his followers were until I looked at his channel. I'm like, "Wait a minute, you got 15,000 followers. He has 789,000 followers. Maybe we should put him on the show. Maybe we shouldn't." But
you know what? Watch.
He can't teach us nothing about boxing.
No, and he's a good watch. He's a nice kid. I watch it. I think we're related, because my dad and his grandpa were really, really tight. You know, his grandpa. They grew up in Stevie Circle with his grandpa and his kids, or his dad. Back in the day of Stevie Circle, when was Stevie Circle, and so we used to hang out there all the time. And so I don't know, and his grandpa passed and my father passed, and so I really don't know. You
can't even find out.
We can't. I don't know if we're related or not.
That's crazy, because my dad grew up in Stevie Circle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's. I think everyone, like back in the days, that was like the housing project
for Mexicans.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
that's great,
man. I looked him up, and on his channel, you would think he's a professional boxer, not by his moves in the ring, but the way he talks.
Yeah.
He talks the talk like he's a boxer.
You know what, man? And watch. He reached out to me a while. His first fight, he got stopped. He got stopped in the second round or something like that. So, because he called me a week before the fight and says, "Hey, Unc," he calls me up, and I might be, I don't know. So I go, "What's up?" And he goes, "Hey, Unc, I got a fight next week, man. I need some help." So I took the time and I drove to by the bay, Petaluma. I drove to Petaluma.
That's where he's at.
Well, that's where he was training at the time. So I drove to Petaluma to go watch him train. And so I'm going, okay, let's see what the guy got, you know. So I go down there and I'm watching. I'm going, oh no.
He needs
Dude, there's nothing I can do. I mean, he's that bad. There was nothing I could do. And
no fundamentals,
zeros, nada. And so I go, and I'm honest. You know, you may not like to hear it, but I just ain't gonna lie to you. So I go, dude, there's nothing I can do for you. I go, you only got 7 days. I go, you need like months. You know, you're not days. You need months. And I go, just to get a kick of it. I go, what did he does that celebrity boxing? That's what he does.
Yeah.
It's less than amateur. You get a good amateur on it, he'll smoke any celebrity boxing on there. Jake, whatever his.
Oh.
Jake.
What do you think about him?
as long as he's doing celebrity boxing, he'll do all right.
I can't even believe he's beating the people he's beating.
Well, are any of them fighters? No.
Well, the one coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the one coming up, well, watch. Diaz kicked it. Hey, man, you know what? I like Diaz, man.
Me
I don't
too.
care what anybody says.
Who, Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He's a
Diaz,
good
too.
dude. Watch
Yeah.
this. You know what I like about him? You know why I like him so much? Because Nick is Nick. People are people, and some people are real cocky.
He don't
Some
change.
people are flashy. Some people, some people are quiet. So everybody's different.
Right.
You know, and he's a little loud and a little bit out there.
I like him.
But you know what? One time I was in Stockton. I think we were at a fight or we were at some function, and he happened to be there. And you know what, man? He showed nothing but respect. You know, so I take when someone does that, because he's the man in the limelight now.
Mhm.
You know, like when it was my turn, I respected everybody. You know, I didn't try to dog anybody. I didn't do any of that. Man, I brought people on the camera. Hey, man, look who's here. You know, and I did stuff like that. And that's kind of how he did it. You know, he was very respectful. He came up. He said, "Hey, man, what's going on, champ? How you doing?" And he was very respectful, man. Because of that, and I've only talked to him a few times. It's not like we were best of buddies or nothing, but I talked to him a couple times. And every time I've talked to him, he's been nothing but solid. So I don't care what he's done to you or anybody else. To me, he's solid.
And a plus is he's from Northern California.
Yeah.
And he's tough.
No,
He is tough.
Hey,
When
watch.
he beat McGregor, I should have bet on that fight.
No, watch. And I knew he was gonna beat McGregor.
Really?
You know why? Because see, you don't understand. Well, a lot of people don't understand. You put a boxer in a ring with an MMA fighter that's boxing,
Yeah.
dude.
I didn't look at it like that.
Watch this. I trained some MMA fighters for their stand-up game.
Mhm.
You know, so all we did was boxing. And there was a couple of times we did. Well, I gotta stand like this because my legs too far out there. I can't stand like a boxer. Like, okay, so we switched stuff up, you know, and we made it work. But let me tell you, and when I spar with the guys that I'm training, I don't try to beat up anybody. You know, I don't hit hard, I make double sure that I'm not that guy. You know, I want to help you. I'm gonna help you. And you know, if I say, hey Donnie, let me show you how to box, man. And man, you'll hit me. No, I won't, because I'm not. And I'll start showing you, and I'll be punching probably just like that, not even that hard. Well, the funny part is with them, and some of these MMA fighters were in Sacramento. We're pretty big in Sacramento, and so we're in my garage, and we're going at it. Not really going at it, but you know, I'm showing them how to do things. And a lot of times they can't take the punch, and I'm not hitting them hard, and they're going, oh.
MMA fighters?
Yeah, because it's different.
They're wrestlers. They're grapplers.
They're grapplers. They're wrestlers.
Yeah.
They don't get beat up every day. They do. Just like if you give me a wrestler, shit, I'll bite you. I'll do whatever I got to do
to win.
Yeah, I'll do whatever I got to do to win. But I can't wrestle. You want me to just pure wrestle?
Who do you think is an all-around good UFC fighter? Like all-around grappler, strike game, kick game. Who do you think is a good UFC fighter?
You know, I don't know, because I really don't follow UFC that much. I like it.
Do you think Uriah Faber was an all-around good fighter?
Yeah, I think Uriah Faber is or was, but I think he could have used a little bit better stand-up game.
Yeah.
I think they all could be a little bit better at their stand-up game. And watch, because we can't grapple. So if you say, yeah, well, boxers need to learn the grappling game, and you're right, I have zero shit on grappling. I don't know. I'll bite you. You know what I mean? I can do all that, but I can't grapple. But on my feet, I'm dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the same for both ways. But we're talking about them being boxers. So, or them in their stand-up game. If they learn to pivot, learn to use their body weight for their punching power.
And that's something Nick got down.
Hey, watch. Because some of those guys hit some fools and knock them out. Like, oh my God. Just think if he would have pivoted. You know what I mean? Or if it's mostly all arm shots. And, you know, and they don't get punched every day. They grapple a lot. They don't sit there and
so they can't take a punch.
They'll watch. If you never getting hit, guess what? Getting hit kind of hard. You know, you have to get used to it. One day it just stops hurting, and I couldn't tell you how long it takes. I think everybody's different. I trained a little. Well, she's 8 now, but she was 7 when I started training her, and she trains the little boys because and she's good, and there's no little girls, too many little girls in Sacramento area her size, 65-pound little girl, and she's 7 years old, so she can't start amateur fights yet. She's 8 now, so she already had her first fight, and so I take her to different gyms, train with Benny Garcia. I take her to Stockton sometimes, just spar with different people. She has to spar with boys. So, but she's she's autistic, and but she's a functioning autistic, and so one day, and she's like, I feel like she's like I have a grown daughter, but I feel like she's my daughter. I feel that there's attachment there. She's a good kid. I like her a lot. And so, like one time she was sparring, and one of the boys try to beat her up sometimes, But it's the boxing game, darling. It'll stop hurting one day,
Yeah.
And so one day she's crying, and she's sparring, she's crying because they hit her pretty hard. I see them hit her pretty hard, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of cold blooded, but it's boxing. So, but here's the thing, she won't quit. She'll cry. She'll bam, bam, bam. While she's crying, she's still fighting.
Yeah.
And you know what? I taught her some moves that. Let me tell you something. There's some pro moves that amateurs never do. There's stuff that amateurs will never learn because their managers, their trainers don't know. Like she sidesteps.
Slipping.
Dude, she does all
Really?
left, right.
8?
Dude, she'll do a 8-10 punch combination because now these kids, everybody goes pam, 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 pam. It's always 3 punches. Shit. I go, you know what? In the gym, I don't want you throwing nothing less than 8 because in a fight you'll throw 5. That's a fact. So when she fights, bam, 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 she's getting off. She's getting off, dude. She went down, and she turned 8 years old. So she went and got her amateur license to fight amateur. Her first fight was the Junior Olympics.
A boy?
No, girl. Because now she fights girls. Because in the ring, she has to fight girls. And guess what? Like I told her last time, I go, hey, darling, I go, it only hurts for a little while. I go, after a while, you won't even notice it. And you know what? And these are boys. They're going to hit harder than girls.
Yeah.
And I said, when you start fighting with girls,
you ain't going to feel it.
Not even feel it. And you know what? She walked right through that girl. She only had to fight one time. They're only 2 days now, and the Junior Olympics. And so she won the Junior Olympics. So her first fight out, she won the Junior Olympics. She's a Junior Olympic champion.
Damn. Autistic.
Yeah. And if you look at her, you wouldn't know it's just that she doesn't really look at you too much. Mm-hmm. But even that, because she wants to do it so bad, she'll look at me in my eyes. She will stare at me. She does what I want her to do, because that's what you're supposed to do as a fighter for me. And it's just, I think she's her name is Shanae. Shanae. I call her Shanae. Yeah, Shanae. What's up, girl? And you know what? She's just she's a good little girl. And I train some other guys, but I train an older girl, and her boyfriend, and her boyfriend. I can't remember his name. I can't remember her name right now, but because they just started like maybe a month ago. Yeah, maybe a couple months ago, because they're already. I just started sparring him in a heavyweight because this boy's he's a white guy, and he has a little bun in his hair, and when he's a white guy, you think, dude, really? You know what I mean? That's
the style now, bro. We had
different
mullets,
times.
though.
Yeah, okay. He has a little bun in his hair, but he's a cool dude, and I like the guy, and so. I'm training him, and he had boxed before. I think he had one fight or he never fought before I knew him. And then so he goes, I go, how many fights you got? He goes, well, I think he said he had one. I think he said he won. I'm not sure if he won or lost. But the guy hits like a sledgehammer. He's 170 pounds, but he hits like a heavyweight, and he's very heavy. 178. 170.
170.
And so, like right now, I have him sparring with a heavyweight, because watch, you get all these kids, like all the parents now. I'm hardcore. I'm an old school trainer. If you don't want to train hard, don't leave me alone.
Right.
And that's what I do. So, like, when I start my people off sparring, I like to start them off either someone a little bit better than them because when they start
A little
sparring,
heavier too.
it doesn't.
The weight
Yeah, the weight it matters when they first start, but not a lot.
So when you
As long as
first
it ain't too heavy.
when you first started fighting, your walk around weight was what?
Back when I was a kid.
No. So let me back up. When you fought Lockridge for the junior lightweight champion, you was 130. You fought at 130, right?
Yeah.
What was your every day walking around weight when you fought at 130?
60 to 65.
161. So you dropped 30 to 35 pounds for every fight.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what. See, I have a hard time understanding the whole scheme of boxing as far as weight's concerned, because some of these guys, they got to dehydrate themselves to make weight. And then when you finally make the weight, you're like weak. Don't that make you weak? If you're walking around every day 30 pounds heavier than what you fight at, why don't you just fight at 145 instead of 130 if you're weight?
I wasn't big enough.
Tall enough?
Wasn't tall enough either.
Well, look at Canelo. He just fought at 168. And he's short. You guys are the same height.
Okay, watch this. Look at Canelo back when he started. Look at Canelo now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. His natural weight, probably when he was 23 to 25 years old, probably was about 150 to 160, but he was fighting your weight, 130. And to me, why not fight closer to your everyday weight?
Well, because you can't. When you first start off, I'm new. Let's say I'm an amateur for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said I'm an amateur for 10 years. And I turned pro. I'm brand new. This is a different game. It's a whole different set of rules. We're not using those pillow puff gloves anymore. We're using Reyes's and those hard fighters gloves,
How many ounce gloves?
8s. Uh-huh. And here's what people don't get. They go, yeah, MMA gloves are 4 ounces. Okay, well, you got 4 ounces here, 4 ounces here.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Except as you get heavier, so do the gloves. After 152 or 54, I'm sorry, 154.
What? 10 ounce?
10 ounce. And that's what everybody else uses.
So when you train in the gym, you're using heavier gloves, right?
Oh, when I spar, I use 18s.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's why you're so fast when you fight.
Well, that's why I don't get tired.
Yeah.
Watch. Even now, I train these kids to put in the work now. I tell them all, if you give me what I want in the gym, I promise you'll never have a fight tougher than any sparring match you have in the gym.
That's facts, though.
No, it
every
is.
fighter.
Yeah, so in the gym, I might cuss a little bit. Someone might tick me off here and there, because I know they can do better, and they're just.
That's frustrating, huh? When you know someone could do good, and they're just lagging.
Or like they have a fight coming up, and that day they're just not into it. You know what? Watch. I had plenty of days I just wasn't, and I'm telling you, I'm fighting for world title fights. I'm not feeling it today, dude. But guess what? I gotta get up and I gotta go run. I gotta come back and I gotta diet and I gotta go to the gym. I gotta come back, gotta train, spar, hit bags, jump rope, speed bags, you name the whole. Come back home, eat a little bit about this much food, and go back to the gym again that night and do it again.
That's a hard life.
It is a hard life.
It's like you really have to be focused and dedicated and ambitious if you want to win a world title. Like, I can't even think about. I'm not lazy. I like to work, but just what you just said right now. Wake up, go run, go eat a little bit of food, jump rope, go spar, then go hit the bag, then jump rope, then go eat a little bit more. That just seems tiring right there. And to do that 7 days. Did you get any days off?
No,
7 days.
And you training for a title 7 days a week.
8 weeks straight.
8 weeks straight.
It used to train up in the hill, up in Auburn, so the climate's different. Huh?
Yeah, matter of fact, I fought in a couple places where I trained in Auburn because it was a little bit higher than Sacramento. It's like, I think it's 1,700 feet, 15 or something like that, whatever. It's not real high, but it's higher. And then, like when I fought Chavez in Mexico, we went from there. We were all going to go run. When you're fighting, you have bodyguard, you have people with
Mander trainers.
They have people with Quentin, and they don't play.
Yeah.
I mean, you're third
over there
anywhere.
Oh
yeah, and they don't play. Everybody's packing. They have their shit. So, and because especially in Mexico, we don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah.
We don't know who's gonna have something on there and go, "Hey, champ, how you doing?" And then
Yeah.
put something on you. You know
Make
that.
you test dirty.
Yeah. You know they do all kinds of
yeah.
stuff, and it's been going. It's been like that for years, for decades.
So they keep everyone away.
Oh yeah. That's what the bodyguards are for. And then but I remember when we ran in Mexico, it took us like an hour to get there. We drove to this place with the mountains. There's mountains, big old tall mountains. They had roadways, and their roadways was going up the mountain like this. And it wasn't driving up this, it was driving up like this. We had to use a 4-wheel drive. Then we got up to this mountain, which took about 45 minutes just driving up the stupid mountain. And I'm going, we're going so freaking high. We're going through the clouds. And I'm going, is this the clouds?
It looked foggy up.
Yeah, dude. And they go, yeah. And so we drove, by the time we got to the top, you can look down on the edge. And I tell you, be really careful on the edge because you can fall. It's Mexico, bro. And so you look down and you're overlooking the clouds. You can see the clouds below you.
Yeah.
So the first day I went down there, and now mind you, I left Auburn running like 6 miles like it ain't shit. I'm just like it ain't nothing. You know, I'm running mountains in Auburn and it ain't nothing. I get to Mexico and I run on, and it's just a tall. There's no hills. It's just pretty much all flat, but it's just like the trail's about this wide, about maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet wide. Yeah, it's all dirt. It's like a mountain, and it's on the edge of the mountain. And all of the sprinters, not sprinters, but long distance runners that are from Mexico or train in Mexico, that's where they train at. So it's their little training area. So we're running on the side of the mountain, and it's on the side. If you miss a step, hello. I mean, for real. But that's Mexico. You know, this is different than here.
Yeah.
So I'm running, and because I asked, I go, how far down is that? They go, we don't know. We can't see the bottom. I go, so if I fall, I fall.
It's a wrap.
They go, yeah, pretty much. Bye.
Yeah.
I go, wow. I go, has anybody ever fell? They go, we ain't gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't tell me. So I'm assuming there has. I
Yeah.
mean, no one. I'm not.
Right.
But you know,
They don't publicize nothing.
it's
in
Mexico.
Mexico.
Man. They do what they
They
want.
don't care.
But it was really, really neat. And I'll tell you what, the first day I ran, now mind you, I left Auburn 6 miles like it wasn't nothing. I mean, I went there in decent shape. I got there, I ran a football field.
Altitude.
Dude, I died. And I always ask what's the altitude is of where I'm fighting at. I heard if you ask 100 people, you get 100 different answers. No one really knows. And so to this day, I don't know. But you know, we ran there every day, and after about a week, 4 or 5 days, you start getting used to it. And after about a week, you can get right back on
Just
track.
6 miles.
Yeah, you can start doing your 6 miles, do your sprints and all that stuff. And then you come back down. And we came back down. And we fought in Mexico.
Mexico City.
Yeah, no, we actually fought in what's it called?
Not Waterloo.
No, it was Mexico, but it was I can't think of the name right now.
Where he's from, right?
No.
Oh,
No.
you guys didn't fight.
No, it's
Because he's from TJ, right?
Mm.
no, he's from
He's
Michoacan.
Oh, Michoacan.
Yeah.
Oh, Canelo's from. Is he from TJ? Where's he from? Jalisco.
No, he's from Guadalajara.
Oh,
Yeah, which is not far from my house in Puerto Vallarta. And the next time, and I keep telling myself, because every time I go there, you know, I no one lives there. It's my house, so it's empty most of the time. I have a house in the back that they can take care of it for me, but I'm never really there. So like I rent it out sometimes, or some my friends want to use
Why
it.
don't you Airbnb it?
Because I don't know how. I tell my daughter, and it's a nice house, dude. It's a nice big house. It's got, well, at the time right now it has 4 bedrooms, but normally it has 5, but 1 bedroom I'm redoing, so that bedroom's not working. It's on the bottom anyways. Right. But the other 4 bedrooms are good. It's a 5-bedroom house. It's got 2 living rooms.
My son knows how to do the Airbnb.
Really?
Thing. Yeah.
If I know how to Airbnb it, I'd do it.
Yeah, you can make money because a lot of people. Well, I don't know about right now, but because it's dangerous over there.
Well, you know what? Well, watch this.
A lot of people do like the vacation.
Here's the thing. You know, I know who the cartel is. I don't know them, but I know who they know who I am. You know, every No, really, no, watch. It's not bad though. Watch, every cartel runs their stuff different. And this cartel is not dumb. They really not.
I don't think none of them are dumb.
Well, watch this.
They probably take care of their communities too.
They take care of the people that are there.
Yeah.
You know, watch. Everybody pays a little something, something. If you own a business, you pay the cartel a little something, something. But you're paying for their protection. You're paying for no one robs you.
Yeah.
No, they don't do anything over there. I've been there for 24 years.
There's probably no crime, huh?
Dude, there is no crime. Watch.
Yeah.
One time, I left my. I take vehicles over there and I sell them over there. I take them, I sell them, right? Because if it's worth $2 here, it's worth $4 over there. So I take cars over there. So I did it like 3 times already. And then, so one of the cars I had taken down there, someone stole it. It was in my garage.
There?
No, I was here.
Oh.
And so a friend of mine is part of the cartel. So I said, hey man, they stole my car. I'm coming to Mexico tomorrow. So he goes, okay. He goes, now we'll figure out when you get here. I got there. I went and called him the next day when I got there, because I got there about 5 o'clock at night. So the next morning I called him. We got together. He goes, okay. He goes, give me a day or two to find your truck. He goes, I'll find it. I said, okay. He goes, I'll find out who has it. Okay. So the next day after that, he called me. He goes, hey, let's go down the road. I found your truck. Okay. Now I go, what can I do? I go, because I'm Mexican, but to them, I'm an American.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I am an American, you know, with of Mexican descent, but I'm an American. And that's how they treat you,
Yeah.
you know, and they don't treat you bad. They just, you in that little area from Puerto Vallarta all the way to a town called Tepic, which is about a 4 or 5 hour drive. All that is all their territory. And so in that area, no one messes with nobody. You know, everybody handles their business, does what they do.
So you got your truck?
Oh wait, so we going down? Says yeah. So the guy says, okay, we found my truck. So we went down to this guy's house, and we're going down this small road. And I've known this guy for years already. By this time, we're going down this small road. There's nothing, dude. It's like desert. And as far as your eyes can see, you can't see nothing. 360, you don't even see the road we came back from. And we're on the road like 15, 20 minutes already, and you can't see anything. And all of a sudden, you see this little shack on the side of the road, and it's a shack. And I'm going, he's going, there it is. I'm going, people live there? And he goes, yeah. And we're talking in Spanish, right? And so he goes, let me go inside the house. Let me knock on the door and talk. Let me see if he has a truck and see what's going on. And so he goes, it's like, okay. So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. And he told me when I come to bring the pink slip. Because in Mexico, if you saw a car without a pink slip, you're in trouble. So you can't do it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, Mexico has some very, very strict laws. They really do. And they don't play. You know, in their jails, which should be more like over here.
Oh, yeah.
You go to jail in Mexico, if you ain't got no family, you sell your ass.
You don't eat.
Yeah.
That's
really,
that.
Yeah. No, that's real.
But I was under the impression people steal cars here, take them to Mexico and sell them. And they don't have no paperwork. That's the impression I got when I was a teenager.
They make paperwork. They can make your paperwork.
Yeah.
They can make it. But if I had the pink slip.
So you wanted to show that was your truck.
Yeah, that's my truck.
And he got it for you?
No, watch this. So the guy said he had sold it that morning. He sold it for $1,000. And I wanted $1,500 for it.
Uh-huh. So
and the guy that was living in the back of my house, the one that sold it, and he needed the money for his daughter's college fund, right? He sold it. I don't know what he said. He sold it for $1,000. So he goes, he has the pink slip. And I heard because there's nothing out there. You can hear him talking. And I wiggled the pink slip like this, right? And from his car. Here's the pink slip, fool. You know. And he goes, yeah. He goes, well, maybe you want to go talk to him, and give him his $1,000. So the guy comes over and he goes, hey man, I got $1,000 for it. I'll give you the $1,000. I said, all right, but I wanted $1,500 for it. So then he goes back and he yells at his old lady, "Vieja, go give me the money." And so she comes out, dude. Now this shack you would let your dog live in. I swear to God, it was nasty. But she comes out with a thing about that fat, an envelope full of American $100. All, dude, about that fat. And I'm going, holy shit.
Why are you living like this?
Right? And I'm going, what? And he counts out, pulls out some money, and he's kind of mad, but he ain't saying nothing. And he counts out 10 100s. I'm going, thank you. And so we get in the car, we take off. We go back to the house. Well, the guy that sold my truck lived in the back. He lived in the back house. And
On your property?
Yeah.
You was letting him live there to take care of your house.
Take care of the house. So he needed money for his daughter's college. So it was kind of really ticked me off. I mean, you can't let nobody get away with stuff like that.
Yeah.
So in Mexico, there's a few things I could have done. There's 2 police stations in Mexico. They both operate in different ways. One operates and you go tell them, hey, this is what happened. They come investigate. Of course, you know, he took the truck. I wasn't here. Came back. He's gone. The guy admitted that he sold it to him. You know, it's all there. It's a wrap. So he would have been found guilty. And what they do, they put him in jail, and he doesn't get out ever until you get paid. Now, if they can't pay you the money, he dies there. He never gets out. And that's how it works. That's one police officer, the police station. The other police station says, okay, well, they come investigate, same scenario, he's guilty. What they're going to do, they're behind your back or in a room, or I don't know where they are. If they take them in, I don't know what they do or how they do it, but they go beat the living crap out of them. I mean, they'll put them in a hospital. They beat them up that bad, but you don't get no money. And the other way, you don't get no money. Right. But so that's why we went down there, because
that's like some third world.
Oh yeah,
shit.
no, they don't play, dude. What Mexico is they don't play, and so that's why we went down over there and got. I knew all this before we went down and got it. That's why we went down to get it.
Yeah, instead of doing.
Yeah, so I mean, he has a kid and a wife, and you know, people get desperate.
Probably.
Yeah, you know, so you know.
Do you like it? Do you like visiting down there?
Oh, I love it down there.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
You go down there with $5,000 and you could live what?
Dude, you go down
5 months?
You live there for a year there. My water bill for the year is less than $100. That's my water bill for the year.
Did you have that house built or you built it?
My dad built it.
Oh, that house.
And then when he passed, when he passed, nobody wanted it.
Oh yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
And so my mom says, okay, go down there. But it was because he built it, 20, 30 years ago?
Yeah.
So it had the old type of windows and gaps in it like this. So we took it up, put silent windows there. Me and my wife rebuilt the whole damn house.
And it has a back house?
It has a house. Well, no. Me and my mom built the back house.
Like a in-laws house?
In-laws house.
Oh, that's fat.
And then there's a restroom back there. My garage.
Your dad was smart back in the day.
Yeah. My garage
He was like,
it will fit a 32-foot motorhome. Double. It's two lanes in there. I could stand up on top of the motorhome and still never touch the.
So
that's a high.
In Mexico, do you have property tax every year? Like here?
No, because I never paid it.
It's paid for and it's
well, watch. It's also built in a place where they don't really recognize it yet. It's on the maps. It's everywhere. We can go on Google Earth and find it right now. Uh-huh. But according to the city, the state, if I start getting water, if I put my sewage to the city, because it's old school. My dad built it.
Septic tanks?
No, not in a septic tank. Watch this. We have a pretty big backyard. In the backyard, they built a big old ass hole with rocks and this and that, and everything goes into the rocks, like back in the Indian days. And it all
so you're off the grid, basically, not your electricity.
Not my electricity or my phone. Well, I have cell phones. We use cell phones. I got a cell tower at my house. I put one up myself. So.
That's tight.
So when we going?
Huh?
When we going?
Anytime you guys want to go. All you guys just say, let's go.
So I knew about this. I didn't know that was the house you've been talking about all these weeks because your dad showed me pictures of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, he was smart back in the day. He went over there, probably spent $10,000, $15,000, had this house built.
Yeah. And
now he left it to his kids. You're gonna leave it to your kids. They're gonna leave it. You guys will probably have it forever. That's tight. That's tight.
I want to Airbnb it.
Airbnb. Yes.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
Because what? I get it. We have a ton of Canadians down there.
How close is it to the airport?
An hour.
Oh yeah, you could Airbnb.
Well, now with the new highway, it's half hour.
Yeah.
Nice. But watch. There's a place you go. You land in Puerto Vallarta, and there's a 2-lane road. Well, actually 4 lanes going to Nuevo Vallarta, and you pass Nueva Vallarta, it turns into 2 lanes, and that'll take you straight to the house, to the city, town, whatever you want to call it. And if you take that 2-lane highway, you need to take that at least once while you're there. It's the most beautiful
the
drive,
desert?
dude. No, dude. Here's the car, and right there where your doors are, like what, a little bit more than arm's length, dude. You're in some dense forest.
Oh, that's
It's
tight.
and you see all kinds of, dude. It is bad, dude. It's nice if you go at the right time of year when everything's green.
Green.
Yeah, it's just it's
Mountains.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's what it said. It's just beautiful. It's nice, and there's little towns and this and that, and people eating on the side of the road. And
I think the
it's
last
pretty
time.
cool.
Okay, wait. So I should have been arrested. The first time I ever been to Mexico, I was in the 10th grade going to McClatchy, and I don't remember. I don't know if you remember. In back of my mom's house, if you jump over a fence, that's 24th Street.
Yeah.
Them people used to own Los Ultimos band with the big black bus.
Yeah.
That was my best friend, George Ramos.
Well,
His brother was into, let's say,
a little bit of this, and
a whole lot of this, a whole lot of that, right?
Yeah.
So he had taught me, I'm 14 years old, in George, and to talk to my dad and to let me use his van to tell my dad I was going to a Dodgers game in LA. So it was me, George, and his older brother. I'm not going to say his name. We went to Tijuana. We get to Tijuana. We get a hotel at San Ysidro on this side. He goes over the border with my dad's van. He comes back and gets us, tells us, come on, we're going over the border. 4 people get in my dad's van. He gets out of the van. I'm driving. I don't have a license. I'm 14. No shirt on, skinny as hell with a mullet. George's in the passenger seat. He's like, if they ask you where you're from, tell them California, right? He don't tell me if they ask you what you're a citizen of, tell them United States, right?
Yeah.
So I got these 4 illegals in the back, and he gets out of the van and he walks over the border. So he leaves us. So I go, they send me to the second checkpoint. Well, I'm getting the goosebumps right now. I don't know what's in these pinatas. I don't know what they got. I don't know anything. I'm just thinking we're supposed to go to a Dodgers game, right? So we go to the second checkpoint, and they're like, where are you a citizen of, and how old are you? I'm like, I'm 17, and I'm a citizen of California. They're like, California? I don't know geography back there, right? So they send me to the second checkpoint. They pull them out. They had their papers. They had everything. So he comes walking up, and he's sweating. He jumps in the car, and we go to San Diego. We drop 3 of them off, and 1 of them's in the Sacramento. And when we get there, he gives me an envelope full of money. He's like, tell your dad here, thank you. And I'm like, what the? So my dad found out somehow we went to Mexico. I guess his wife at the time, she knew these people, and he found out. He was mad as hell. But I did a whole illegal, bro.
It's breaking.
It's breaking. So that was my first time at TJ, and I had fun. He bought me all kind of stuff. But the second time I went was not too long ago. And I went to Kansas City, I went to TJ, and I didn't have a passport. And I ended up paying $300 to let them. They didn't want to let me back over. No, because of the tattoos they probably seen. They took me in this little tank. They're like, it's gonna cost you $500. I think I had $350 on me. Took it, and he walked me back on the side. And I was like, damn, is that how easy it is to get over there and come back? As long as you have money in Mexico, you can do anything you want to do.
That's no lie.
And that was my story, man. And it's like, looking back, I was like, was I that naive and crazy that? And I still don't know what was in their suitcase in the pinata. We have 4 pinatas in there. I'm like, this.
I could guess.
Yeah, and because I knew what he was into. You know what I mean? Well, fast forward 3 years after this trip we did, the brother that was my age, he got killed in Fresno. They found his head on the railroad tracks and his body in a hotel room. And I'm like, damn, man. Luckily, I broke away from that family. I still see they can still own that house back in my mom's, but it's his son's sons.
Yeah.
And I never go over there and talk to them because I just want to stay away from that type of stuff. Now, who knows what they're into now? But yeah, man, I love Mexico, and I know you can do anything over there if you got money.
Watch this. Here's what I tell people, because people go, man, Mexico's kind of crazy. Yeah, there are parts of Mexico that's crazy. But let me be honest with you. I'll be real. Where I'm at in Puerto Vallarta area, there's like a 6-hour driving time that you can roam in free, and no one's gonna bother you.
Cops, nobody. Cartel.
We'll watch. Cops are cops, and that's how they make their money, because they don't make money over there. They don't make a lot of money.
So they find us from America.
Yeah, they find you one time. You rent a car. You're gonna get pulled over. Give them $100 in town to fuck off. Sorry. In town to buzz off. And that's what they're gonna do. And not with everybody, but like I get popped off once in a while. But I go tell my friend, and he takes care of it for me. And so because that's just how they make their money, because they have no money. And so, but they also know that the cartel there is a really good cartel. It really is.
They take care of it.
They take care of the people. They take care of the people that live there. They take care of the watch. As a tourist in that area, you have more rights than the Mexican while you're there. They don't care if you party, have fun, have a blast. That's what they want you to do.
They want our money. They want us to spend money.
They want you to spend your money.
Yeah, I never thought of it.
And watch this, because everybody that owns businesses there, they all pay for security.
Yeah.
But they're really good security. Ain't nobody gonna play. Because watch this. If you go to Mexico and you're an American and you start a fight, or just a foreign from Mexico, and you start a fight in a bar and you start it, guess what? You get a break. You're gonna take it to jail, beat your ass, and tell you, hey man, we don't want no trouble. Don't start no more trouble. Let it go. And they'll let you go. They'll release you in the morning. But watch this. Now, if you're a Mexican national and you started with one of the tourists, because no one lies from the cartel, they really don't, because the cartel's that good. Let's say a Mexican starts something with you in a bar, and everybody says, yeah, no, the Mexican started, man. The guy was just sitting there, he got drunk, and so he came over this guy. You know what they're gonna do? They'll take that Mexican, put him in jail, you'll never see him again, ever.
That is harsh.
But that's how they run it. But watch this. I've been going back for 45 years now, 4 or 5 years, maybe a little bit longer. And I know they've killed one person since the whole time, because everybody knows how they work. Everybody that lives there know how the cartel works.
So they're not going to break them.
They're not going to. Everybody likes them. They I mean, don't get me wrong. If there's fights, there's a fight here and there. People get mad at each other. They fight once in a while. And the cartel comes out and they say, man, cut that shit out. They'll let it go. And they let
Have you had any problems over there whatsoever?
Besides them taking my car. Oh, I didn't forget to finish about my car. Watch this. Here's a good thing. Because I took it there to sell for $1,500. I got it back from that guy. He gave me $1,000. I went back to the guy that lived in the back of the house that was taking care of my house. He has his wife and 2 kids, but 2 kids are grown. And he needed money for college. That's why he sold my car, he said. And that's what he said. So I told him I went back of the house. When I came back, once I got the $1,000, came back. Well, hey, dude, give me $1,000 for that car. I found it. You owe me $1,000. I didn't tell him I got $1,000. That's when I found it. And I go, if you don't find my car, I go, I'm gonna go down to the police department that holds you until I get paid. I go, you either pay me $1,000 today, or I go, you're not leaving until, because he had a lot of his stuff already packed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was going out.
No, because I told him earlier he got to go.
Oh, yeah.
And so he had a lot of his stuff packed. I go, none of this shit is leaving until I get paid. He goes, oh, I don't have no money. And he did, and I go, I want $1,000. And I want my $1,000 by tomorrow morning, or you're not leaving. And I'm going straight to the police department. I said, and I'm going to go to the police department, or you pay me my money, which is $1,500, or you stay there. And then he goes, oh, okay, let me. So he came back, and the next morning I woke up and there was two Mexican dudes there, right? And they're looking kind of hard. They're trying to look hard at me, like trying to intimidate me, I guess. I'm thinking, shit, dude, you're in my house, fool.
Yeah.
And so finally I go, I'm talking to Miss Mexico, what are you looking at? What's your problem? And then he looks at me, because they kept looking at me, but kind of weird, kind of like trying to be tough, but kind of weird.
Studying.
Yeah. And he goes, aren't you a boxer? I go, yeah. He used to be white. And he goes, Tony the Tiger, huh? And I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, compa. And now he's my best friend. And so by the time the guy came out, because it was stolen in the morning, that when I seen the guys, the next morning they brought him, he was coming down from the house, and we were all shaking hands, and
You probably brought him for backup.
Oh, he did. He did. And then, he came in. He goes, okay, here, come on. So he gave me another $1,000. So I got $2,000 for a car. I wanted $15,000, and I got rid of the guy that did it. Nice. So it worked out for me perfect, And so now, I even have a couple of Americans that want, because there's a lot of Canadians over there right now, and there's a lot of Americans, more Canadians than anything, and there are a lot of Canadians that live there.
Really?
You know, oh yeah, it's not the same. When I first went there, nothing but Mexicans. There's tourists once in a while because it's a small town, you know, it's a small area. Now there's tourists everywhere. They have there's I think there's 2 or 3 boxing gyms in that town already, and everybody knows who I am. You know, once they know you, they don't bother you. You know, they
Yeah.
hey campeón, hey, and that's all they say. You know, hey champion, and that's it. You know.
You guys want to Airbnb and go on vacation? Contact the show. We are going to start Airbnb in this property out. We will have a link to that within a week. I know who you can contact.
I'll have
that.
photos too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's 4-bedroom.
Right now, it's 4 bedrooms. It's normally 5, but 1 bedroom we're working on.
It's getting redone.
Yeah, but it's 4.
So,
right
do
now.
they have a Home Depot down there? Or
Yeah.
they do have a Home Depot to get supplies and all that. How far is the nearest grocery store from your house? Is it?
Grocery stores in town. It's watch when you go down and everybody wants to rent a car. You rent a car. I got guys, and in my house I got restaurants. I got places to go eat, things to do. Now the lady in the back. She lives there. There's a lot of stuff to do in that area. As a matter of fact, just 15 minutes down the road, I can't remember the name of it. It's a really really high wanted area. Sayulita. It's called Sayulita. It's 15 minutes past Sayulita. Well, Sayulita is a place where if you want to buy a house in Sayulita, you pay American dollars, fool.
A lot?
They ain't playing. It's expensive.
And it's only how far from you?
15 minutes.
Oh.
Well, see, 4 or 5 years ago, the government said that area that I'm in is the next hotspot. As a matter of fact, the reason I don't really want to sell the house real fast, because I'm going to sell it eventually, but not right away, because 4 or 5 years ago, the Mexican government said we're going to move the airport, I think 2 or 3 miles past my house.
That's going to make your property
Dude,
value shoot
it's
up.
going to scream. And I have a pretty, it's not acreage, but I have a nice big piece of property. And it's not far, it's walking distance to the beach or a real short
beach?
drive. Oh,
The
yeah.
ocean's there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Your dad
Dude.
knew what the hell he was
Oh,
doing.
yeah. I mean, dude, I'm sitting on a gold mine. I really am.
Yeah.
And then, so every time I go back there, I do more work than anything because it sits there alone a lot. But lately I've been renting it out, or I also don't get it to it. So I don't donate to everybody, but I donate to like good charities, local charities that I know. But
A lot of people go over there and they do Airbnb houses. I know someone that just did that, not as far in Mexico as that, but TJ, you can't Airbnb nothing in TJ. It's I think right outside of TJ is what Nino was. I can't think of the name of it. Santa
Rita?
Santa Rita.
It's Santa something.
Yeah.
It's right outside of TJ, the next town over, and that's where you got it. If you want to go visit TJ and you want to Airbnb, you have to go there.
You know what? TJ is not the same as it used to be when I was a kid.
Yeah,
You know,
it was
TJ
dirty when I was there.
When I was there, it was dirty, but it was fun. It was
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But today it's business.
Is it?
One time, when I was doing a lot of bail, we had a guy that ran to Mexico. So we went down to Pig. We talked him into coming back, and we talked him into finished doing 13 years. He got caught for doing 13 years. He got sentenced to 13 years.
Out there?
No,
Here.
in Auburn.
Oh.
And so he ran back to Mexico. We talked him to coming back and doing his time. Yeah.
Oh, you was after him.
Oh yeah, he ran. He jumped bail. So we went to Mexico. We talking to him. We had a lot of shit. Let's put it that way.
He would have did more time.
Oh no. His whole family would have went down.
Oh
Yeah. It would have got really nasty.
Yeah.
Anyways, he came back and he was at the border, but we were waiting for him out. We got there like at 6. He was supposed to be there like around, let's say 8. He didn't show up to like 10 or 11 because he was just being a little punk. But we were there like at 6 to make sure we didn't miss him.
Mm-hmm.
So and all the immigration knew who we were. We're bounty hunters. We're there to pick up someone up. We have his pictures. We had his warrants. We had everything that we need to have to say, okay, yeah. And they were just blowing us off. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, he's coming. He'll come back. So, well, he's gonna come back. He's gonna wait right there before you walk in. He goes, well, we can't touch him until he walks across. I go, yeah, well, I'm just letting you know that if he gets there, let him walk across. He won't have no paperwork, but let him walk across. I go, and then they go, okay, and they're trying to be.
So it is. You can't go over there and get him, huh?
No, I can't.
They protect him.
Oh hell yeah!
Really?
No,
and he was
watch this. Here's what it's like. Let's break it down. Everything that runs in this world, if you break it down, it makes sense. Let's just break it down. People say, "Oh man, that's jacked up. Mexico never. That's our guy. We should go better go get him." Not really. Watch this. I got a guy that I'm looking for that you know nothing about is in your house, and legally, I can just kick your door. And if I know he's in there, I can kick your door in and go get him. But what are you gonna do? I don't know who he is. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I'm doing. How you gonna kick open my door looking for him? You know what I mean? That's my door, fool. But see, and it's the same thing. You don't go to someone else's house breaking down their door if you don't ask permission and let them know it's disrespectful.
Yeah,
it's exactly what it is. And we have what I learned as a bounty hunter. What we have with Mexico, we have a lot of good ties with Mexico, even if it isn't way up in the government, the lower government, and lower or anywhere else in between have really good ties with them. I've had a couple guys run to Mexico. I've gotten everybody out of Mexico that I need to get out of Mexico.
Really?
Well, yes, sir.
No one's got away over there?
No one's got away. Because you know why? Because there's a trust system. You know what? They know all about bail. They know you're going to lose a lot of money if you don't. They want to see the bond. They want to know how much it's worth. And then they want a percentage of that bond.
Of it.
Right.
Everything.
They're not dumb.
Money, yeah.
Right. And as a bounty hunter, you don't pay that. The bondsman pays that. Mm-hmm. So you don't care. You just want to get that guy and bring him back. So watch this. So you pay them their money, and because I've never had to pay anybody yet. Well, not yet, but I've never had to pay anybody because I'm Tony the Tiger. It helps because once you go to Mexico's boxing fanatics.
They all know.
And they all, yeah. Once you say you're Tony the Tiger Lopez, oh my God, dude. And so I had a guy that some of the federales and judicial over there is like state police. The federales are local police in Mexico. The judicial, they can do anything they want, and nobody can stop them. Nobody. The mayor of town can't go by and say get out. Can't say anything. Nobody can stop.
They're running it.
They run things. And so some of the guys I kind of met those guys, and we started chopping it up, and they found out who I was and blah, blah. I took the next one when I got down there because we were on the phone. When I got down there, I brought up some pictures and I signed some autographs, some gloves. And they were happier than shit. So they said, okay. So because I had an address on them, I had this on them, I had everything I needed to have on them. So they go, okay, we're just gonna go line and check them out. We'll meet you back at the border. Meet us here like let's say 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever. And he goes, we're going to go check him out and, see if he's in that area or at the house, and we'll make sure he's there before we hit it. Okay. He goes, so you guys go back to the border and we'll call you when we have him. Okay. Shit. We weren't even at the border yet. Hey, we got him. He was at home kicking back, watching TV.
Yeah. So was he an American citizen?
Yeah, he was American. He was American Mexican dude.
So what's the percentage, you've been in the bail bonds a lot of years, what's the percentage of people that jump on, they go to Mexico or go the other way to Canada?
Not very much. I'm not saying there's very few, but there's not as much as bells as people post. Not a lot.
Did you chase anyone into Canada?
No.
Never? Always into Mexico?
Yeah.
Because we're in Cali.
Yeah. But I mean, you know what, man? And you can get almost anybody you want. And watch this. And I'll give you a little hint. If you run to Mexico, don't let me know you run to Mexico because I have the ass kicked before I pick you up. Because over there, for real, it runs different, man. It's a different life. So over there in Mexico, they ask me.
And it ain't a regular asking.
No. Hey, dude, watch this. They go, we'll take care of it for you for free. Don't worry about it. Take care of it for you for free. I had no idea what they're talking about. Okay, está bien. Bueno. En la mañana. Okay, good. Okay, good. Great. See you in the morning. Right? I come back in the morning, and this guy, he's sitting in the chair, he's still cuffed up, and his hands like this, and he looks whooped. They have no marks on him, but he looks whooped, they whooped him up all night long. And I'm going, and they're walking in and out, they're laughing, walking in and out. And I go, what happened to you? Oh man, he goes, they were electrocuting me all night long. And I'm going, and I started laughing. I go, what'd they do? He goes, they put his feet in water. They had a car battery, and they shaved his legs. He was one of the hairy Mexicans, right? They shaved his leg all over, his back, neck, chest. He had shave marks everywhere. And then he goes, yeah, man, they put my feet in water, and they got a car battery and started electrocuting me.
Oh,
because they did it all night long.
That's tormenting.
And I'm going, well, next time don't run.
He ain't gonna never run again.
Yeah,
not to Mexico.
Not to Mexico. I mean, but I mean, I didn't.
I want to go over there now. I just want to go.
Yeah, it's a good place to go. That was, but see, like where I'm at, it's really cool, man. And you know what? I tell people, go to Puerto Vallarta. Go over there and have a blast. Just don't do stupid shit. Have a blast. Ain't nobody gonna bother you. No one's gonna say shit to you. They want you there.
It's summertime.
Yeah.
It's
well,
we need a vacation.
Their high time is November to the first week of April.
That's the hot time?
Yeah, that's their summer.
That's their summer. November to what? April?
To the first week of April. After
so
the first
right
week of
now
April,
it's winter time. It's
yeah.
winter time.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So does it get real storm? Do you get hurricanes over there?
No, but it gets stormy sometimes. It's tropical. Oh, so it's tropical weather over there. So when it rains, it floods in 20 minutes. I have a ravine next to my house. That water comes from the mountains behind the house, runs back into the ocean, into the town, into the ocean. And in an hour after that rain starts, and it's about from here to the house across the street.
That's how wide it is?
Yes, it's about from house to house. And it's about 14, 15 feet deep, maybe in some parts, and 20, 25 feet in other parts in the middle, because it goes down, and it fills up within an hour.
Damn.
That's a lot of rain. It's a lot of rain. Yeah, it's a lot of rain real fast.
Yeah.
But it's cool, man. It's really, people are nice.
When's the last time you've been over there?
Well, I gotta go. I know, that's what I'm saying. I gotta go because it's been since the coronavirus started.
You gotta check on your
I've had people already stay there because I can call down there and I send them money and say, hey, clean it up, get it all they can get. I want it presentable for these people come, and they know what I want.
Yeah.
So the girl that lives back there, she makes it. She doesn't do it, but she pays. I send her money, so make people do it. And they paint, they do all kinds of stuff.
Oh, that's
yeah. So it looks really nice when they get there.
You got what's the floor? Is the floor tiles?
Everything's tile over there.
That's tight.
Because it's tropical weather.
Yeah.
If it ain't tile, you ain't gonna have carpet, buddy.
Yeah. So look, we appreciate all the support we're getting. We're gonna try. We're not promised. We're gonna try to get Harold Presley on here next Sunday. We're not confirming that, but next Sunday. So I think we're gonna change our Monday show to our Sunday show now. I think Sunday we've been getting a lot more support on Sundays than Mondays. So check us out next Monday, probably 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
1 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll see who we can have on there. If it ain't Harold Presley, we'll have a special guest next Sunday. So check us out. If you already haven't hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and always leave a comment. We want to answer your comments. We look at all comments. And also, I haven't been telling you guys, hit that notification bell so you guys can be notified on our next video. Stay blessed. Tell the people you love them. And tune in next week so we can talk about a little bit of this
and a little bit of that.
Nick.